Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Tuesday, September 24th, 2013. I'm astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Well, I have a new mix-up. It's all about the next month, not the typical month that you think of, the Sun's transit. Now that the Sun has moved into Libra, I'm going to bring out a new DJ mix that's for free download and everything, that gets you through the month. And it's channeling the highest vibration, and it's all to send us into a fantasy. All my mixes are about a fantasy. If you didn't even know I do music, you can check out the link below. It's all free mixes. I have a lot of free music. I actually have a couple tracks that just came out yesterday on iTunes and on Beatport. If you're a DJ out there, those you can purchase, and those are below. But, you know, I have free music. And these mixes are really to send you into the right energy. And we are stepping into a lot of new energy. The Sun is now in Libra. I'm sure you're feeling how life just kind of like switches so quick after we've gone through so much change with the Pluto direct energy. And I'm sure you're starting to feel this intensity come into everybody's life as we are writing the new storybook. And with a moon in Gemini today, there's a lot to process. There's a lot to think about. There's a lot of feelings that we're going through as we're stepping into this new energy. And the moon and the sun make a perfect trine today. So I think you'll understand how you feel very well. But more importantly, the moon is going to square Neptune. And I think this is going to really test your ability to make sure that you can go with the flow emotionally and that you're not over-processing. But I think more importantly, it's to listen to the signs and for your feelings to mentally process the flow and the ability to let go and the ability to trust in spirit. I think that we're really stepping into some powerful waters as Saturn and the North Node are still conjunct in Scorpio. And we've got Venus now starting to square Mars. And this is really powerful creativity, energy. I mean, this is really intense. But to keep it maintained can be maybe a little difficult. It is the pressure, I think, in our lives to move forward in ways and to step more into our value systems and to test whether or not you're really living in those value systems, right? I mean, as Mars squares Venus, it kind of puts the feminine energy to a test with some masculine energy. And then the feminine energy puts the masculine energy to a test. And it's both these sides that we have to learn to work out. And that can bring for some really hot, passionate sex or connection or hookup. But sometimes maybe the timing can be off. So this can be very weird times as, you know, to get to the passion, to get to the nucleus, to get to the fire, to get to the intensity in our lives. We've got to work for it. You know, I think that's the slogan of Saturn and North Node meeting up here in Scorpio, which the last time the Saturn and the North Node met up was like in 2001 or 2002, in the spring, summer of 2002. So, you know, it's been 11 years. And so this is workload, you know, this is the into your truth that we keep talking about. This is, today, there's a lot to process, but to learn to trust in spirit, to go with the flow, and to not get too maybe caught up in the mind, but to weigh things out, and to not get maybe too indecisive, as Mars in Leo is very decisive. It really knows what it wants. It's the square to Venus that it checks to make sure that the systems, the relationships, the value systems that we're embedded in, are they really in alignment with our truth in order for you to get what you want in your life? And there's pressure there. You're going to have to break through some sort of wall. You're going to have to push yourself through here in the next week and a half. And with relationships, the reason why I bring up, it's going to be really hot and intense if you're really going for that deep desire and that deep intensity. And sometimes maybe it can be hard to find somebody that has that same intensity as you. But in many ways, because the Sun is in Libra through this Mars-Venus transit that's starting to build, I think that there are some really powerful relationships building. And I think that it's important to note that Mercury is finishing up here in Libra, and it's going really fast now. And I think that it's important to really find people on an intellectual level and to take the time to speak before you just rush into anything right now. You know, the longer the conversation, the more you can start to really figure out whether or not you want to be in this or not. And I think quick runs into things without much thought into it can lead toward a misunderstanding, or more importantly, an action taken into not only a person, but into an activity of life that might not give you the return you were looking for without really processing and making sure that's what you want and going through the tests to make sure that it really is what you want. And today I think we start to understand that as We need to process more. We need to understand the harmony in our life. Make sure that we're living in an even keel. I mean, I'll admit, I need to kind of balance my work and my normal life, because it's like I'm working my butt off, and I think Saturn in the North Node can really get us into this heavy workload energy. And the Sun in Libra wants you to learn to chill out, and it's peacetime, and it's time to relax a little bit and to let your guard down. This is opposite of Aries, and the Sun and in Uranus are going to start opposing here in the next week. We'll talk about that more, but this is a nice window here today and for the next couple days to start to develop ways for you to rebalance your life out, ways for you to understand what you want to manifest and what kind of relationships you want, because I think that everything you want to manifest and the kind of partnerships you want are all about to be built here in the next couple weeks. Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, if you have any questions or if you want to have a one-on-one reading. Thank you for all your support, and I will see you next week. Or tomorrow. That's how crazy I am right now. Bye.